It's time to start thinking about your goals for 2025. Are you ready? Hey y'all, it's Taylor from Tattoo Teacher Plans. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to kick off my 2025 goal series. I have been doing some semblance of this since 2019. I will link all of those previous series down in the description if you want to check those out and just kind of see how this has evolved over time. I just want to make it clear up top that I am no expert. I don't claim to be. There are plenty of experts out there. I'm just a person who's trying her best to live a life with meaning and purpose, and this is my process. So I just want to make that clear because I don't know what I'm doing half the time, but I do want to just show you how I do it, and then you can take from what I do however you want. So that's just where I'm coming from. And just to give you a little background on me, I am a 40-year-old teacher from Texas. I'm single. I have my own home. I have some debt, but really it's just in my house and my car. I am an aunt and a daughter and a sister, and I'm just me. So I know a lot of you are going to be coming from different perspectives than that, and that's totally okay. And again, I'm just coming from my own background and perspective. So, okay, what we're doing with this series is broken down into 4 videos. So I'm going to leave a little graphic right here to show you all the dates for everything so you know when each video is going up. And for each video, I will leave the playlist down in the description. So if you miss one, you can just check down there and catch up. So the first video is going to be this one that you're watching. And we're going to be going through my reflections in this notebook from makselife. I do use all of the makselife products, and I have been working with the company since 2020-ish. Yeah, 2020, I think. So I have a lot of experience with them. It's an amazing company. I love what they stand for and what they put out, and good vibes all around from them. We're also going to be going through the annual goals kit. I did not do everything in the goal kit, but I'm going to show you everything in here and what I did with it and how it helped me kind of get a good mindset going forward. And then we're also going to look at my word of the year list and see how I am going to form that list, narrow it down, and choose a word. Now, next video, so video 2A, I'm going to call it 2A, we're going to go over my intentions and my compass assessment for 2025. Just kind of set the foundation for what I want for the coming year. Video 2B is going to be my mind map. I love doing a mind map, and I'm a little bit scared to show it, but I'm going to be doing something just a little bit different, but it came to me, and I think it's going to make a lot of sense. Hopefully it's going to be helpful. It just came together all of a sudden, and I don't know. I'm loving it. And then video 3 is going to be my annual goals, which is going to be kind of the culmination of all this work that I have put in. And it is work. The prep work is where the magic happens, but it's also work. And this that you're seeing, I'm going to be editing it. I'm going to be editing out all of my rambling. Well, not all of it, but just the non-coherent rambling that tends to happen in this process. And I'm going to be editing out all of the prep work that I did for this. But I will show you everything that I've been working on. And this has been about 3 weeks of work. Not continuous, but working on it either daily or every other day, sitting down and working on all of this stuff. So I don't want it to seem easy because it's not, but I also don't want to discourage you. I want you to go into the process with confidence and with support. So whatever questions you want to ask me down in the comments, please do. I'm happy to answer them as a non-expert. And then if I don't know something or I need help, I will ask any of the makselife team for their guidance as well. So thank you for being here. how about we get started, because I've been talking for quite a bit. So in this video, we're going to start with my reflections, and I've saved a little bit of it to do with you because I don't know, that just seemed right to do. So here is my 2024 planner. Actually, it's planner A for me because I had to switch because it started to get a little bit too chunky. Next year, though, I think we're going to be in one book because look at that coil. Love that so much. And I'm going to start with this cover, which is Pebble. Love that. Okay, so we're not going to touch this planner just yet, though. Okay, 2024 reflections. This little notebook they've been doing for, I think, 3 years. This is the third year. And I love this thing. This really helps me define the year before and kind of gather my thoughts on where I want to go with my 2025 goals. So this is the part we're going to do together. So I've already done my current scores, which we're also going to come back to when we actually get into setting my goals for 2025. But we're going to go to the front of this planner, and we're going to go to my compass assessment here. Okay, so this is how I started 2024. Things didn't go as expected. I think a lot of people would say that for this past year, 2024. I had these big plans, and it just, some of them worked out beautifully and some of them did not. So we got some work to do in 2025. Okay, now I'm going to pull my scores from the start of 2024, which is this shaded section here. And then we're going to see how we end up. I really don't know, honestly. So I'm kind of curious. Okay, and this adds up to 48. That is surprising to me. So we did go down just a little bit in the totals, but not as bad as I thought. I really thought that I was going to like tank my scores, but I didn't. How did that happen? I think it was like it was like a bell curve this year. It just happened that way. And we're going to talk about it. So overall, I would say my scores stayed the same. So I really did want them to increase. As you see, this line on the outside of each category was where I wanted to be, and I did not get there for any of them. So it's okay. It's okay. We got some work to do, but all is not lost. Now, when I think about what area increased the most, honestly, I don't know. I would say fun and recreation because I really chose to do a few things this year that were like really fun, but also financial. I did make some strides in financial, but the middle of the summer was not good for financial. Now, area of life that increased the least or decreased the most. Like, I kind of want to say health and wellness because I really had a lot of strong goals that I did not accomplish at all. But then on the mental health side, I feel stronger than ever. So, like, I don't think I can really pick that. You know what? I'm going to put work in learning because work has been tough and I've really struggled with my attitude. I feel like I'm kind of, I don't know, it's been up and down. It's been really hard lately. I think a lot of teachers are feeling that. And like my motivation to continue my own learning and education has also like stalled. So I think that's what I'm going to put here. Okay, so I have this information. Now let's go into the prompts themselves. Now, if you don't have this booklet, you can still use the prompts and reflect for yourself. These are great prompts. I think they really give me a lot of things to think about, and like things kind of just pop out at you as you're working through this. So don't feel like you need to have this little booklet to do this process. You can just listen to the prompts, write them down, pause the video or write a next one down, and then just work through these prompts yourself. So 3 words to describe 2024. Turbulent, joyful, and challenging. Yep. That pretty much sums it up. 3 words to describe how I felt in 2024. Defeated, behind, heavy. 3 words to describe how I want to feel in the next year. purposeful, focused, active. So what am I most excited for in 2025 is my family will all be together in the same city. I'm so excited. My parents and my middle sister are moving up to where me and my little sister live. It's just going to be, it's going to be great. I can't wait. And then my sister and I are planning our European adventure for not this coming summer, but the summer after. So we have plenty of time to plan and save and just plan the best trip. We're just so excited. We're going to go to Scotland because that's where my dad's side of the family is from. And I've done a lot of research. We have a castle and everything. And I'm just excited to see all of it, but then also go to London and see some shows. I'm thrilled. And then new opportunities and interactions and just a fresh start. I love the fresh start of a new year. The areas of life that will be my focus in 2025, fun and recreation, health and wellness, and financial. Now I know that I said work and learning over here, but there's a lot that I can't change right now. We're still going to address it though. Don't think I'm going to brush that off to the side. So what am I saying no to in 2025? Unneeded stress and pressure, anyone else's expectations of me, waiting, negative self-talk, and wasting time. I wasted a lot of time in 2024. Just a lot. And I knew I was doing it at the time, and I just continued to allow myself to do it. What am I going to say yes to in 2025? Getting out of my comfort zone, using my time better, contributing to my community more, and saving and spending in more efficient ways. So what personal needs of mine will I prioritize in the coming year? My health, physical, emotional, and mental. Self-care, time with my friends and family, exploring my spirituality more, and financial health. Now, what values am I going to have going into 2025? That would be my well-being, wellness. Those things kind of go together. I didn't want to leave out either one because I like both of them. Family, personal growth, financial stability, and meaningful work. Now, how did I get these values? You may be asking. I didn't just come up with them. I did make a list here, but then I realized I have my annual goals toolkit. So let's put this off to the side real quick, and we're going to just take a little detour for this. This came out this year. I love it so much. I think if you are just starting out with your goals, this is a excellent thing to have. So it comes with a perpetual calendar. I haven't done a lot with it besides add in birthdays of my family, but I'm keeping this handy. This is where I got my personal values. So this little worksheet in here, I love this. And even if you have the companion notebooks, these will fit in the pockets of the companion notebooks. Love that. So they gave you a website up here to go to. It is www.personalvalue.es. So when you do that assessment, this is what I got. So none of these are a surprise to me. In fact, these top three were already here, but then I just kind of reworded the bottom two to kind of match what this was saying, but I already was on the right track with this. So here's what it told me my values are, and everybody's is going to be different. So mine is wellness, first of all, and that means health, all aspects of it, inside and out, and consistency with wellness to me. So this is what this means to me. Family, number 2. Quality time, making memories together and connecting on a deeper level. Number 3, personal growth, always learning and using that new knowledge to become better and evolve. I love that it includes what this means to me because that just speaks to me. Financial stability, not having to worry, the ability to travel and go on adventures, and having a plan. So I want to have all of these things. I'm on the right track there. I just need to tighten things up a little bit. And then meaningful work. So what this means to me, making a difference, teaching and learning every day, and being a reliable source of information. So that means to my students and to my staff. And you got to keep learning to be a reliable source of information. Now, also in this toolkit, here are your quick tips for goal setting. I always read through these because I think they're always just good reminders to have. Now, this is where I love these pages. these really, really helped me with my annual goals. So these questions just kind of give you ideas of what to think about when you're working on your goals. And it also comes with these cute little worksheets. Now, I didn't use them, as you can see, because I've been doing this a while. So I didn't feel like I needed to use this. But if you do, this is a great, great resource. So these questions really helped me a lot. And I am super thankful for them because they really helped guide my annual goals when I got to that point. And I love them. They're just so good. I'm going to keep this for next year too. So you have one little worksheet for each category of life. And then you have this routines page, which I also haven't done, but I want to do like in December when I get closer to the new year. So your ideal AM routine and then your minimal. So high energy and low energy. And same for PM routine. So your mid to high energy routine and then your low energy routine. Like when you don't have enough time or energy to put into it. I love that. And then I haven't filled this out yet because we're choosing my word of the year next week. And then we've also got my personal mission statement. And these are on cardstock. So you can like leave these on your desk and stuff. And they're so pretty. They're like embossed with silver. Love that. So I love this. I highly recommend if you are just getting into this, and also if you're like, I got a lot of plans for the next year, but I need some guidance on how to organize everything. This is perfect. Love it. So let's go back to my reflections here and talk about some wins. So wins and accomplishments in 2024. I reworked my whole diet and I have realistic guidelines for what work with my health, and I have to listen closely to my body. So if you're not aware, my right kidney like shut all the way down 2 years ago and I had to be in the hospital for a week and it wasn't fun. So ever since then, I've had to do a lot of work to get back to, or even just like rework everything to get to where my body is happy with me again. And it is still a work in progress, but we're getting closer every day. I also found a better work-life balance and I tried to give myself more grace when I made mistakes and really think about why I made those mistakes, like what led up to them. That's growth, y'all. Now, that does not mean that I don't make mistakes all the time. It's just that I'm like thinking it through a little bit more. And I got my 2 kitties. I got them in June. So these are highlights and memorable moments. They're super cute. One of them's black. He is a menace. His name is Teddy. He's crazy, but I love him so much. He's so sweet. He's like sweet and sour. And then Auburn is just her little independent self. She's an orange cat. She's adorable. Also very rambunctious. And they joined my dilute Torty, who is just still annoyed with him, but also loves them too. I also have a new nephew. He was born in August. My heart grew even more. And then I turned 40 in May, and I thought that was going to be kind of scary, but it was fine. Life moves on, and I am only getting better over time. I went on my first car camping trip, and it was super fun, and I want to do more. And I got a tattoo for my granddad. He passed away in 2023, and it was just a cathartic experience. I think I want to add some color to it. You can kind of see it right here. I think I want to add the color to it maybe the next summer. But I love it. It's so beautiful. Okay, challenges. Significant challenges that I faced and how did I overcome them? So, dealing with losing my granddaddy and where to put those feelings. So, that has been a process. Even though he passed away in August of 2023, I still think about him all the time. And I'm really trying to honor him because we have the same name and he told me that I need to honor my name and where we come from, and I just have taken that to heart. My mom's continued breast cancer treatments. She's doing great, but it is an ongoing thing. And then my dad has also had some health struggles, but he is retiring this year, and he's getting his hip replaced actually on the day that this video goes up, and he's just it's going to give him a new lease on life. Gaining and losing and gaining weight. It has been a roller coaster this year, but I have realized it doesn't change who I am and my worth. Work has been tough, lots of upheaval, and the unknown is scary, but I leaned on my support system. We have a great staff, just great staff. They have really put in the work and I'm super grateful for them. And then I have this huge hospital bill from way back when my kidney was just like acting up. Also, my liver shut down that same time. So I was overwhelmed at first with that hospital bill, but I was able to work out a payment plan with the hospital. So that feels a lot better. At first they were going to make me pay so much every month. And I couldn't do it. But we worked something out, which is I'm grateful for. Okay, what did I learn about myself this year? This is always a good category. Sometimes I get mental blocks and they're hard to get through. And I am a work in progress and always will be, but I can still love me through the process. Love that. That is true. As I get older, my priorities are changing and becoming more clear. For sure. That's a good thing about getting older. I control my budget, and if I want to travel, I have to work harder at it and get more focused. I am strong in a way I didn't even realize until recently, and my body is changing as I get older, and I need to find better ways to deal with it. And that realization, I don't resent it. I know it's a privilege. It is a privilege to get older, and that's how I need to look at it. Okay, how have I changed and grown over the year, and what am I most proud of? I'm defining my values in a more clear way. I finally explored car camping and discovered new passions. I had taken on new responsibilities at work. I've really worked on my self-image and how I talk to myself. I feel more confident in my own skin. I'm still working on it, but I'm finding out what healthy means to me and how I define it, and that's individual for everyone. What I'm most grateful for in 2024, my friends and family, my home, my job, all my kitties, they bring me such joy, my body with all its problems, my open heart after everything, time, and the ability to travel. So what things are currently working well? My meds, my diet. I don't want to say like diet as in like it's restrictive. It's just like what I'm eating. That's what I mean. And I feel more comfortable with intuitive eating too. I have fulfilling hobbies and my family relationships. Things that are currently not working well, which I will definitely address these in my goals. Work has been unsettled and stressful. I need to put more effort into some of my friendships. Not using my summertime well. Just wasting so much time. I feel like I've lost some of my passion and creativity at work. Spiritual and personal growth, like ways to explore this area of life. I'm not prioritizing being active nor putting in the effort required. My budget, I did well in some months and not so good in others. And I have put off some home projects too often. So the impact I want to have. So how do I want people to experience me in the coming year? I want to have peace and exude that for others. I want to be a support for others, but in a way that doesn't hurt me or hinder my ability to make progress. I think that's an important distinction. I want to be the best aunt and sister I can be. I want to be strong inside and out, and I want to contribute to my community in a meaningful way. What adjustments do I want to make in my life in 2025? I want to be more active and be more consistent with my workouts. I want to diversify my reading. I've just been feeling the nonfiction lately, so if you have recommendations, definitely leave those in the comments. I want to explore my spirituality more. I want to tighten up my budget, build my savings, and save for my big trip. I want to seek peace in my life and interactions and take care of myself better, physically and mentally. Now, this section is pretty personal, so I usually save this just for me, but if you're doing this process, writing a letter to yourself is an opportunity to remind yourself what you're working towards and why. Give yourself some encouragement. So I'm going to do this actually after this video, and this usually makes my heart hurt a little bit, but also gives me some strength too. So I think that's a good thing to finish on. Now, reflections are done. Let's talk about word of the year, because as I worked through my reflections, I made a list of words that were just coming to my brain as I'm working through this process. And like, this is not a sit down, one and done process. I sat down with this notebook probably 5 to 10 times to jot things down. Like, you could see the differences in my handwriting like throughout the whole thing, because I was like adding things as the week went on. So I just made a note of all of the words that were coming to mind as I was going through my reflections, as I was defining my personal values, and as I was kind of working through my compass assessment even. And these are what I came up with. Action, joy, adventure, enjoy, which is a good difference than joy itself. Strong or strength, purpose, peace, nourish, momentum, grace, forward, commit, alignment, and confidence. And then when I finished this, I put a little star by the ones that were really speaking to me. So next week we will go ahead and choose one of these in order to like commit to it for the year. And I'll show you what I do with that word and how I kind of break it down for myself. So I like this process. I think it's really simple, but it's powerful because you get a long list or even just a list of like 5 words that you like. Then you can choose from that list instead of just like trying to choose a word out of like all of the words in the world. You really need to break it down to a smaller list and then choose from there. So I have one that I'm kind of leaning toward, but the 4 that I have chosen here, they're good words. Any of them could work really, really well for the coming year. So I got a couple of questions about reflections. I posted on Instagram and YouTube for like if you had any questions. So these were 3 that kind of just popped up. One of them was, what specific questions or prompts do you use to guide your reflection process? This is it. This is really helpful. And then second question, how do you identify lessons learned from setbacks or unmet goals and apply them to your future plans? Again, this process helps you to see very clearly where you messed up or maybe where you neglected, and then you can apply those in your annual goals for the next year, or maybe you need to just take a break from those and come back to them either mid-year or next year. So that's just something that everybody's going to have to decide for themselves, but I like to see them here and then immediately put them into my annual goals. And then third question, how do you celebrate or incorporate your successes for the next year? I think writing them down is definitely a way that I can like see them physically and like realize how far I actually have come, because this has been a tough year and like I could just say it was a wash, it was shit, but it wasn't. It actually was really great in a lot of ways, and I see those in like these highlights, these accomplishments, and then even like what I learned about myself too. So I think this process is powerful. You don't have to do all of the prompts. You could just pick some of them, but I do think you have to reflect before the next year. You have to know where you're coming from to know where you're going. If you have any other questions, please leave those down in the comments below. I will be happy to answer them. I'd love to have some really good conversations down there as we get going on our 2025 goals. And as a reminder, here is the series and where we're going with this. So next week we will actually have 2 videos. They're going to be back to back on Tuesday and Wednesday because they kind of go together, but I didn't want it to be like a huge long video. So definitely look forward to those. And then the next week we will break down my annual goals. So let me know what you're excited about, what you have questions about. I'm so I love this time of the year. It just feels exciting and new and fresh, and it's just always my favorite time. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed, and hit that notification bell if you want to be notified when I upload. And share with somebody you think might like this or might gain some information from. I would love that. And I'll see you next week. Bye.